All right, so we're back on the garage. We are pulling the Monday order. So I packed Saturday afternoon. I got to the post office post office here closes at 1 o'clock. I got there maybe like 5 minutes before they closed. I never really do that. That was probably the first I've ever done that. So really try to avoid jumping a bunch of stuff on them, but I was kind of in scribble mode. So this is pretty much everything from late Saturday afternoon or early Saturday afternoon, I guess you should say, till early morning Monday. So we did this pair of brass candlesticks. They're 6 inches tall. These things weigh a lot. They got some good weight to them. I've had these up for $25. Dropped them down to $19.99. They've gotten to the point now where they have the offer on them of 20%, or they have offers on them. So they dropped down to 20% sale, didn't sell. It has offers. Someone sent me an offer for $15, and I accepted that offer just to get it out the door. Next thing up we did was this lot of DVDs. You can tell the person is sticking with the Disney theme. So lots and lots of Disney theme stuff here, making sure that the words are actually towards you. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different DVDs, all Disney related. That was sold for I think it was like $15.50. $13.49 plus $1.99, so $15.42. If my math is right there. So $15.42 for that DVD lot. Next DVD lot we had 3 lots of DVDs. Is this 4 Blu-rays. So we got Civil War, Dark Knight, you got Captain America, and Angel Has Fallen. So Marvel and action movies there. Sold for $11.96 plus shipping. 2 glassware pieces that I've been dying to get rid of, and these were just about to get donated. They're little footballs, so a lot of times they'll have like the actual team logo, so like a Patriots logo or Cardinals or whatever your team is in these. But I have like the blank slate ones, and these took forever to sell. I thought maybe they'd sell during football season. I really tried to get them to move. I discounted them. I tried to delist, relist, get rid of them. They never did. So at that point, I kind of given up on them, and they sold today. Though they didn't sell for much though. $7.99 plus shipping for that. This guy sold for $4.99. Person sent me an offer for $4. Once again, I need to get rid of these guys. I need to bulk lot them now because we're only selling 1 at a time. I do probably have like 10 more to list, so maybe I'll list those 10, let it sit for maybe another month and see if that gets any sort of action going with lots. But maybe these guys that I do have listed, I just need to get, I don't know. I got to get rid of them somehow, and at $4.99 a piece is not doing it. Someone sent me an offer for $4. I was sleeping. By the time I woke up, they just bought it at the $4.99 mark. This is the sale that kept me in business for my weekend. I got this in a storage unit recently, and I thought it had good value, but I didn't know what it was going to be. So this is the X-Files. I'm not going to open it up, but it's 11 seasons of the Blu-ray versions collector set edition for X-Files. This box is in pretty good condition. There's some minor dings. I took a lot of good pictures of this because this thing had some seriously good value. My copy ended up selling for $266 free shipping. So really big sale on a DVD lot. That's kind of one of the things that got me into it. I found like 4 seasons of something, kind of listed it. Another like 5 seasons of something, listed it at the bins, and had some good success. I was kind of getting excited because I thought maybe the bins would be a great place to pick up stuff like this. It's kind of slowed down. I haven't really had too much luck getting like lots of seasons together. I would also pick up, because they're $1 each, but I would pick up like sealed Blu-rays because they would move and help my DVD category. I'm not making money on them there at that point. It's more of a just get activity in my store, and who knows, maybe I'd hit on one of those sealed Blu-rays. Maybe it would be worth more than a couple bucks, but at a minimum, I think I could get $3 for them. After fees and everything, you're only making like $1, but it's just kind of like to get things going in my store. I do have still a crap ton of DVDs I need to get listed, but just like the little things I'm looking for. But definitely this DVD sets, especially Blu-ray DVD season sets, and this X-Files set was fantastic. So this little 2-inch topper, it's like a eagle here. Sold it for, what was this sold for? $11.99 plus shipping. I just put these up on my Facebook Marketplace, and Facebook Marketplace has been doing phenomenal for me. But you do get some odd comments. So these are vintage. They are definitely older. You can tell by the screw at the top. It's just a little bit older of an item, or the washer at least at the top. But I got someone that sent me like a message that just said, you can get these for $2.99 at the local hardware store. I was like, okay, great, go buy one. Like, I don't know why you're messaging me. The fact that it's vintage will eventually sell for a little bit more. I also had like a huge life-size Pikachu. Someone asked me why it's so expensive. I ended up selling it on eBay for like $120, but they're like it's just a stuffed animal, dude. Like, it doesn't sell for that much. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to tell you. It does, but it's the weird things that you get with Facebook Marketplace, but just kind of deal with them as they come. This is a Xena figure. So let's see, Prince Arius action figure. So I don't know much about Prince Arius. I do know Xena. But this guy is pretty good if you can find him in box. In box, I think he was going for like $30 to $50. Obviously, his sword's a little crooked here. His pants are a little bit eaten up and chewed up here. His boots aren't in the best condition. He's not, overall, his condition's kind of rough. There were no used, like, out-of-box sales I could find. So I put him up for $9.99 and he sold that way. Didn't take too long, probably about a month to sell. Maybe in better condition, you're getting closer to like the $20 mark, but just because of the bottom half being such poor condition that I put that a little bit lower. Then the last sale, we didn't have a crazy amount of sales. I did sell a lot of sports cards, but I actually did have one Facebook Marketplace deal where I did $420 in sports cards. So it was a good weekend for sports cards. Probably did an extra like $400 in sports cards, but I'm trying to leave those off this channel unless they're insane. I did do this though. We sold this on Facebook Marketplace and we are shipping this to the buyer. Sold this for $25, and I always do a thing where I say, like, whenever we're talking about shipping, they're like, how much to ship it? I always say, like, oh, it would be like $7 to ship it. Well, let's just round it down to $5. Because Facebook Marketplace, I believe that people are going to haggle with me, and I'm trying to avoid that. So this thing moves. I didn't realize it was moving, so interesting. But so I try to avoid people like haggling with me, and my way to kind of beat it is I already give them a deal to make them feel like they won a little bit. So with the shipping, it's like, hey, it's going to be like $6 and change, maybe $7 and change. This is a cast iron. It's got a little bit of weight. It's not going to be over a pound, I don't think. But I'll probably spend close to that $7 mark and just say, hey, I'm giving you a couple dollars off. Then it's kind of weird to be like, oh, can I have more money off as well? So most people have agreed to it. I haven't run into anyone that's come back at it. I haven't really been doing a ton of Facebook previously, but it's starting to snowball. It's starting to really pick up. I was reading about people that were talking about like having shipping on Facebook. I don't do shipping. I don't market as shipping. It's local pickup only. But I do have plenty of people ask me if I'll ship items. And I probably ship 2 to 3 items a week via Facebook. But I'm thinking about turning my shipping on with Facebook and just seeing what happens there. I know some people say that theirs gets taken away randomly. And so I'll look a little bit into that and kind of figure out what's going on. But Facebook for me has been killing it and continue to like hammer that point home. But that's everything that I sold this past weekend. What's going on, guys? We are back to the grind here, doing some eBay listings. So I've been decided in March I'm going to really focus on some sports cards. I know it's not something I'm really talking too much about on this channel, but we listed these are like really basic $10 cards. Same thing with here. We got another like 15 of them. I'm trying to do 25 listings each morning just to get things like really jumping. I did 50 listings on cards yesterday, plus what I'm doing in my actual eBay listings, which I have 20. I think I'll do like 15 or 10 and be happy with that if I do the card listings. But I don't want to just do strictly cards. So I'll be jumping through that. I do have my coworker here today. You can see my dog in the background right here. She had hurt herself playing in the snow. So hurt her leg and she was gimping for a couple of days. But seems to be getting better day by day. So back up on hanging out with me in the office. She had been just kind of chilling in the living room for a little bit. So good to see her back at her post here as she then gets up to leave. But yeah, just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my day. I think I really got to tackle my garage. So I want to get the card listings done, and then I'm going to work on getting my garage situated. I'll show you guys what it looks like. It's a mess. I did 3 storage units all at once. I've been kind of talking about how I want to get everything back up and running, but it's not. It's a disaster zone. So, all right, guys. So we are out in the garage today, and today's goal strictly is to get rid of everything in this garage. So I'm going to flip you guys around and show you everything we're working on today. All right, we got a beautiful 30-degree day out today, so trying to take care of some of the stuff we got going on. But this is just some like miscellaneous stuff down here from the last couple of units I've done. So just need to get these down in my basement, like golf balls I lot up and put together. This bucket I'll probably just sell as a big electrical bucket on Facebook for like 10 bucks. So just want to get all this stuff listed. We got tons of comic books. This was supposed to be, it's like a wall of comic books underneath stuff now. This is all stuff that I was supposed to be working on, and I bought 3 storage units, so I've fallen way behind. But like an old, like, it's pretty cool, old chalking system for like baseball. I got a sign. These are all made in USA, Craftsman sockets. Over in the corner, it's not too bad, just like some more clutter. Hot Wheels, they're all in those boxes. Those are gonna be an eBay listing. This is going to my neighbor, that huge church pew. Got dresser drawers that need to go back into my trailer that belong to a dresser in there. And then this is mostly like trash. We got a TV, we got stuff like that. This is a bunch of clothes that I've listed, I just need to put away. We got this dresser here. I want to get that up on Facebook Marketplace and kind of push it off to the side here. Just more Facebook Marketplace, these stands, whatever this is, some sort of compressor, air compressor. Then we got the vacuum there. So just small little tasks. I'm pretty sure this is all like moldy. I'm going to get rid of that. So that's what I'm working on today. I will show you guys, hopefully in a few minutes here, a clean garage. All right, so we went to the dump, but one thing that happens at the dump a lot is people leave random stuff behind that might have some value. In this case, the Adams tight lies are maybe worth a pickup, but maybe nothing too crazy in this bag. But sometimes you can make some decent money finding stuff at the dump. All right, the end result. So we got this area much more cleaned up. We're not there yet. I mean, we still got, comic books are still pretty covered with stuff, but that's not horrible. Over here got a little bit better. We still have the Hot Wheels, but over here is a ton better. The cart's actually visible and almost usable again. We worked through most of those bins, have some recycling, stuff like that, but those I can get rid of by the end of today. And then got rid of the TV, actually sold that in a Facebook Marketplace deal. Still need to work on this dresser and get the rest of this clothes put away, but at least got them in bags and some of them put away. But definitely a lot better. I can walk around and it's making me happy. So that's a big thing with the reselling. You just got to get your space in order sometimes, because it can definitely escalate quickly. All right. GoPro died there, so switched over to my phone. But been talking about it a little bit. One of my big goals this year is to learn a little bit more clothing, get a little bit more dangerous with it. Some of the better thrift stores I go to, they have the better opportunity, I would say. Everything's fogging up. I'm sweating here. But have the better opportunity to buy stuff. They don't have self-service, so there is no comping. You kind of just have to go on a whim, which I've been trying, but had some success, some good, some bad. Talked about it before, but I haven't really talked about like why I'm saying like, oh, I'm going to take a risk and, you know, I'll win some, lose some. I know I'm going to lose some money. That's why, because I don't have the ability to comp things, which may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing. You know, once I get better at actually understanding what I'm doing, then, you know, and I understand the brands and styles and stuff that I'm actually supposedly should be picking up, I'll start to be able to do that. Whereas the people like me that are struggling with understanding what they're supposed to be buying and how they're supposed to be buying things will not be able to pick as well as I can, and eventually the store will become more of an asset for me. So that's the goal. The other issue I'm running into is I just filled up my truck, a bunch of crap, and it's like sleeting. It's kind of raining, kind of snowing. I had a Facebook Marketplace deal logged for today. The person told me like that they were canceling because of the weather, and I thought that was a bit odd because it's been beautiful here, but maybe, you know, they actually just looked at the forecast and realized it's not going to be beautiful all that long. We are supposed to, I did look at the weather the other day, and I did notice that it's supposed to rain for like 4 days straight, so never a fun experience. But nonetheless, hopefully it'll beat down some of the snow that we got. Used to say like 2 feet in front of my house is still into the street. I shoveled a little bit of it as much as I could, but I am not shoveling the end of my driveway for my whole yard and 2 feet deep. It's a little brutal. Trying to make it so that cars can pass, and I do go out and like occasionally, especially on the nicer days, we had 2 days that were like in the 40s. So go throw a bunch of snow in the street, let it melt, and hopefully get caught up a little bit that way. Get a little bit more to the street. Yeah, not really all that exciting. But I do want to go, I don't have anything super like cloth like in the back of my truck. Most of it's wood, metal. There's like a TV in there that doesn't work, just needs to be scrapped. There's a electronic station there, and I don't really want to, you know, give them a moldy TV. So I will head out in a second here to go do that. Skip lunch and I'll do lunch right before I go pick my kids up, I guess. We got a busy night. We'll do a later dinner because we got swim and go from there. But that'll probably be it for now. I will try to show you guys when I get my kids to bed and everything's all settled what my garage looks like. It's not going to be perfect. It never had a chance of being perfect, but I did want to get it a little bit cleaner than what it is right now. A lot of it is stuff that I just need to get listed on eBay, and I've talked about this for months now. I have like 4 or 5 different things I want to run just in big bulk auctions that aren't super valuable by themselves. Like I have a bunch of Hot Wheels. There are some better Hot Wheels from the 70s, 80s, vintage, like remade, like classic Hot Wheels. But they still have value. Like even loose, I sold one for $25. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't want to look up every single Hot Wheel. So I figured I'd do a video to show everything, put them in a big lot. Person can watch the video if they want. I'll try to go through it super quick so they can not waste all their time. And I'll try to start with, what I think are going to be the better years, which obviously will be the older cars first, and might work my way down to the 2000s. Goes to pretty much the early 2000s, and do some listings that way. But I want to get that Hot Wheels lot done because that takes up a lot of room in my garage. It's been here for months. And I want to do sockets. I have a bunch, like 2 units full of like Craftsman USA sockets. I know people sell them. I did them originally and I actually had some okay luck with it. Once again, it's not a category I'm super passionate about. It's hard for me to like wrap my head around listing it. I did list a bunch as like free shipping and knew that like I could do loss if it's only sales, but someone came in and like picked up a bunch. It was a really good sale, but I think an auction will net me just as much with my time. And then if I gain my time back, I can be investing into other things that make a little bit more sense to make some money, like the millions of sports cards I have and other things like that. So that's the goal, but I'll catch up with you guys later tonight.